Hey my glam girls, welcome back to my channel. It's Chelsea and today we got a new brand review. We got a whole lot of rare beauty. I went to Sephora today and I said I'm not getting everything, and I got almost everything. I got almost everything. I did not get the eyeliner. I did not get, it was like a blotting sheet, blotting powder kind of duo thing. I didn't get that, and I didn't get the lip balms, but I got everything else. So we're gonna play with some new makeup today. I'm very excited. I hope you guys are. But before we get into this video, I just want to say thank you so much for taking time out of your day to spend some time with me. If this is your first time here, I would love for you to stick around and subscribe to my channel and join the Glam Girl Squad. And if you are a returning subscriber, well, thank you so much for deciding to come back and support my channel with all of your likes and your comments. They all truly do mean a lot to me. So let's get into this video. Rare Beauty is founded by Selena Gomez, and so this is her new line. It's new to the market. It did launch today. This is Thursday, September the 3rd. So I went to Sephora. I picked up what we're going to be talking about today. So first, let's start off with primer. I got the mini size of the primer because I'm always here for a mini if I can get one. This is the Always an Optimist Illuminating Primer, and it is a weightless universal gel primer that is enriched with ultra fine pearls for a lit from within glow. The full size of the primer is going to come with 0.94 ounces. The mini size comes with 0.5 ounces of product. Mini size was $15. The full size is $26. One very cool thing about this entire brand, no product is over $30. Here's the packaging of the product. I like the packaging of the product. The packaging actually was one of the things that kind of intrigued me about the brand. Very like sleek, clean looking. And for the record, the whole brand is going to be vegan and cruelty free. So let's just put some right here. This is one pump, and I have a very strong feeling I didn't need all of this. Even if I were to put this all over my face, I don't think I need a full pump. Okay, so this is nice. This is more so, from what I can gather, more like a moisturizing primer. So we're not gonna be like concealing pores and things like that. But I think this is a really nice, hydrating, glowy primer. On to foundation. You guys know I love me a good foundation. So we have the foundation here. This is the Liquid Touch Weightless Foundation. I have the shade 380W. The foundation retails for $29, and we're getting a total of 1 fluid ounces, which is the standard size for the product. The foundation comes in a whopping 48 shades. So does the concealer. My shade 380W has a description of medium deep with warm golden undertones. So we've got a doe foot applicator for the foundation, which I'm a pump girl. I prefer a pump. I'm gonna shake this up because it seems kind of thin. Here is the outer packaging of the foundation, and I'm just gonna apply this to the face. And I'm going in with BK Beauty 101 brush. And we're getting light coverage. Okay, not bad. I didn't read y'all really anything about this, so let's read a little bit. This is a weightless foundation with concentrated pigment that feels barely there while providing buildable to full coverage with a natural finish. And it says this is suitable for all skin types. And then it says if you have dry skin, it's recommended to use their primer, the one that I just applied, for best results. So on this side, I'll add a few more swipes since it says this is medium and buildable to full coverage. I'll add more swipes and see if we get more coverage. So here we go. I don't think there's really any difference in coverage on either side of my face. So let's add a little bit more right here. For those of you who think I want to cover up my freckles, I don't. I always get comments like, don't cover your freckles. It's like, I don't want to cover it. I just want to show people the coverage. But let's see if we can like build up the coverage around my freckles, since it's easiest to see if there is, if the foundation is going to be fuller coverage. And I would say we're building this up to a nice medium. I wouldn't say this is full. I don't feel like this foundation really wears its best at trying to make it full coverage. I think before I added the additional foundation, it looked gorgeous on the skin. This, I would not take it any further than this. So I do have the concealer. This is the Liquid Touch Brightening Concealer. I have the shade 360W, and the concealer shades do correspond with the foundation shades. We get a total of 0.25 fluid ounces with the concealer, and it retails for $19. So when I looked at the shade 380W in person, I felt like it was a little too deep for what I like in a concealer, so I went with 360W. 360W is described as medium with warm olive undertones, and this concealer is a lightweight hydrating concealer with cake-free medium to full coverage that lasts while brightening the skin with a radiant finish. This is also saying it's going to help to hide blemishes, cover dark circles and redness, and it's supposed to not settle into fine lines. The concealer looks very similar to the foundation, except for this ball top is flat at the side. When we get into the applicator, this is the applicator for the concealer. So, very interesting. So in applying it to the skin, the applicator is kind of nice. Nice pointed tip to apply it. All right, so going in with Morphe E8 and blending it in. Okay, guys, your girl looks green. I look green. Wow, okay. So, in terms of texture, feel of the product on the skin, something that I'm noticing between the foundation and the concealer, the foundation is not drying down, so it is going to remain radiant on the skin. So if you are somebody who doesn't like to set your foundation, you will want to set this one. In terms of the concealer is nice, but the hydrating primer, the hydrating foundation, and the hydrating concealer, I do feel is a bit much. And you guys know I'm always here for a glow, but I feel like it's a bit much altogether. Now, if you have dry skin, you're gonna love this combination of all three products. With me, I have more normal skin, and I feel like right now the concealer looks almost too wet under my eyes, and I'm not looking at color, I'm just looking at how it looks. It looks a little just too dewy, if that makes sense. I also feel like with the concealer, a little bit does go a long way. So the concealer is thicker in formula, just slightly thicker in formula than the foundation. So to me, I put too much on, and I don't like how it's looking. However, I will say that I think this concealer does provide good coverage because I really can't see my freckles. So I do think that the concealer did provide good solid medium coverage, and it could potentially be buildable if you were to add more concealer. So there's not a traditional setting powder, so I'm going to go in with a Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Powder in medium to set my under eyes and my T-zone, and then I will come back so we can apply blush and highlighter and keep moving. Alrighty, so on to blush. So I picked up two blushes. The blushes do retail for $20, and we get a total of 0.25 fluid ounces for the blushes. There are a total of 4 dewy shades or radiant finish shades of the blush, and there are 4 matte finish. I picked up 1 matte shade and then 1 dewy shade. So the matte shade that I picked up is in the shade Love, and the dewy one is in the shade Joy. So Joy, which is a dewy shade, is going to be described as a dewy muted peach, and the matte shade Love is going to be described as a terracotta. So here we have Love. This is the terracotta shade. Here is Joy, right there. So these are the 2 blush shades. And here is a close-up of the applicator here. I do like the packaging. Like I said, the packaging kind of intrigued me. So this is a weightless, long-lasting liquid blush that blends and builds beautifully for a soft, healthy blush. I put some on the back of my hand. I'm going in with my Refer 04 brush and kind of blending it on my hand first. We're going to start applying it, and I'm going to apply it kind of high up. Kind of act like this is a bronzer. I'm going to use blush as bronzer today. And also so we get to see a contrast of the two formulas. This is definitely matte, and I can see it. Here it is on the back of my hand. And as you can see, it is definitely drying to a more matte finish. So that's nice if you do like really matte blushes. And this is blending nicely. Very pigmented because I blended this pretty well on the brush before applying it to the face, and you can definitely see that. So going in now with Joy, the dewier formula. Going in with the same brush, just wiped it off, and gonna first blend it on the back of my hand first. Okay guys, didn't realize that my camera stopped recording. Okay, so I have already applied the dewy blush in the shade Joy to my cheeks, and as you can see, this is very pigmented. I do feel slightly clownish. So you do not need a lot of these pigments at all, but I do like the color of the two that I did choose. And I do feel like there is a difference between the dewier formula and then the more matte formula. So you can see the matte formula up here, and then this is the dewy formula. So I'm going to set all of my face, because we need to tone down, tone this down, with my Ilia. This is the Radiant Translucent Powder in Waikiki Run. And then we will come back, because we're almost done with some brows. So I picked up the Brow Harmony Crayon and Gel Sourcils. I got the shade Cool Brown, and this is going to be a brow pencil and a brow gel all in one. It retails for $22 and it comes in a total of 8 shades. Here is the packaging of the brow pencil. So on this side, we have the triangular shaped brow pencil. If you twist this bottom half, this is the spoolie slash brow gel. So I'm going to comb my brows up with the brow gel first. The brow gel is not overly pigmented, but you can see it. So if you look really closely, right up here is the excess brow gel on my face. So I like that it is nice and lightly tinted. It's not overly tinted, which is good. See how this works pencil side. Here's the test. Should I go back in here with this brow gel to blend the product? I can definitely tell that the brow gel has kind of set my brows a bit. Because my brows feel like a little stiffer. Going back in with the brow gel, but not overly stiff. I'm gonna finish off the other side, and then we will come back and do lips and highlighter, setting spray, and then we're done. Okay, so brows are on. I'm not really feeling how my brows are looking, and I don't know about the brow pencil. So far, my brows look almost too structured for my liking. And I think it was because maybe I used the brow gel first, and then using the pencil to fill in my brows, and then going back in with that same spoolie to kind of blend the brow pencil out, but I'm also reapplying more brow gel. I think that combination is just too much, and it's too intense for my liking. I don't know, I can't really put my finger on it. Now onto the highlighters. So I picked up 2 highlighters. I picked up the shade Flaunt, and this is the shade Mesmerize. This is actually Selena Gomez's like go-to shade based on what Sephora said. So Mesmerize is described as a rose bronze, and Flaunt is described as a bronze gold. They retail for $22, and we get a total of 0.5 fluid ounces. There are a total of 8 shades of the liquid highlighter, and this is a silky second skin liquid highlighter that creates a long-lasting, soft and luminous finish. So here is Flaunt, and here is Mesmerize. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with my Rephr P09 brush, and I'm just gonna take what's on my hand because let's not waste any product. Here is Flaunt, and that is pretty. Now the highlighters are not as intense right off the back like the blushes are. So that's pretty. That's really pretty. and it blends nicely into the skin. Also, I am applying this over powder, and I'm not seeing any of my foundation or powders underneath being picked up. Let's go with Mesmerize on the other side. Oh, that's nice too. I thought this shade might have been a little too icy from the online pictures. It looked like it had a little bit more warmth when I saw it swatched in store. And so yeah, this I like the way that this looks on the skin. It doesn't look as icy as I thought it would. So this is the Always and Optimist 4-in-1 Mist. The mist is gonna retail for $24. We get a total of 2.87 fluid ounces of product. This is an ultra-fine glow boosting mist that hydrates, primes, sets, and refreshes the skin. So that's the 4-in-1 property. This particular mist has a lot of oils in it. When I looked at the ingredient list, we have bergamot fruit oil. There is lavender oil in this. We also have olive fruit oil. It's definitely supposed to hydrate the skin, moisturize the skin, and so forth. Let's see how this works. Okay, it smells nice. Mist wise, the mist is pretty fine, so it wasn't splashing my face. I didn't feel overwhelmed by the mist itself. And like I always do, I always take my foundation brush and press the mist into my skin. All right, so this is nice. The mist is nice. I feel like my face has like a nice radiance to it, but it's not overpowering. It's not doing too much. I picked up 2 of the Matte Souffle cream lipsticks. I have one in the shade Ascend and this one in the shade Brave. They retail for $20. We have a total of 12 shades. The shade Brave is described as a muted terracotta, and then the shade Ascend is described as a deep fuchsia. Here is the applicator of the lip product, and this is the shade Brave. This is definitely very like it very much feels velvety for sure. It's got a nice little scent to it, nothing overpowering, but in my opinion, it smells good. Okay, so this is what terracotta looks like. Here's the shade Ascend. Of course, I love shades like this. I love shades like this. And guys, this is it. So, excuse my hair. I just don't feel like doing it right now. And so we're just gonna leave it like this. We're all family, so this is what we're gonna get. So final thoughts on Rare Beauty. I think as a whole, this is a cute brand. If I am being totally honest, I am really not liking the way that my face looks. Hey guys, so I know like I kind of interrupted the video a little abruptly, but I figured I'd give you guys a full day wear test, kind of impromptu. So the next clip is gonna be my end of the day thought. Okay guys, so I am back at the end of the day. I have had this foundation and this full face on for, I'm gonna say over 7 hours. I started this video around like 1:30 p.m. today, and it is now almost 8:45 at night. So let me get my mirror and let's just see what this face is looking like. I will admit, when I was done applying all of my makeup, I was just not a fan of how my face looked. I felt like my face looked like weirdly almost dry, and there was just like something missing from my face, and you know, not bronzer, not eyeshadow. It was just like, I don't know, I didn't really like the look of my base. So looking at my face now, I feel the same way. I feel like the concealer was just too much, in the sense of the foundation, it was marketed as medium to full coverage. The foundation, in my opinion, is light coverage, light to medium best. Like I mentioned, I think it's a foundation that is made to be worn with more lighter of an application of the foundation. Whereas the concealer is just so thick. And I felt like as I was blending the concealer in, it was just almost running across my face. Like, you know, when you go to blend out a product and you're like, oh wait, I have like way too much on my face, and you feel like it's just kind of running from you. That's how I felt about the concealer. And I feel like it's almost too heavy for the foundation, if that makes sense. So the concealer is definitely not my favorite. I first impression, I don't like it. Foundation, I will probably give this another try with a different combination of primer and concealer. The primer, I just did not feel like it was a need. It was nice on the skin, it was hydrating, but it's not something I would reach for. I already know I'm not gonna reach for it just because it's just, you know, almost just like a moisturizer. And I have other products that I like for a base and for a primer. So I know I won't reach for that. The standout products for me were the blush and the highlight. I feel like with the blush, you do not need to go in with a lot of the product. My recommendation would be to blend it on the back of your hand and really blend it into your brush. I'd recommend that your brush is evenly coated with the blush product and then just lightly apply it to the face. I don't feel like you need to apply a lot to get full pigment, and we saw that earlier in the video. Highlighter, I really like that as well. The highlighter is more subtle than the blush is, so you can, I think, apply a small amount to get like a nice glow, and I feel like you can build it up if you want more of like a beaming highlight. The lip products, I think they're okay. So I have on the shade Ascend, and I haven't like reapplied the lip product since I initially put it on earlier in the video. And so you can see that it has worn away nicely. Like from a distance, you can still see the color of the product on my lips. It's kind of settled in my fine lines a little bit, but it doesn't look gross, which is good. They're okay. They're definitely not something that I'm gonna say like you have to have and like run out and get it, you need it. It's a nice lip product, but like nothing that I feel, it's just a nice lip product. The setting spray, I probably would not reach for this again. If you take a look at it, it has definitely oils in it, and the oils are not a deterrent for me. My favorite setting spray, or one of my favorite setting spray, is the Lila B a Glow Face Mist, and that has oil in it. It doesn't wow me like my other setting sprays that I love. And I think for this whole line, it just didn't wow me. I think these products are okay. And I think if you are kind of new to makeup, you don't have a preferred taste of makeup, you might like these products. I think for me, I'm realizing I have a preferred taste in makeup. And so these products just did not reach that bar and that standard of what I look for in my, you know, especially my base products. The brow product, I forgot to mention this. I didn't like it, and I kind of mentioned that earlier. I did not like the brow product. I feel like my brows just look too stiff and structured. I like for my brows to be a little bit more fluffy, and I don't like them to look too stark on my face either. And I feel like the combination of the gel and the pencil, it's just too much for my liking, but that's me, and that's just how I like my brows. So I think if I had to recommend products from the brand, I would recommend the highlighter and the blush. And that's pretty much it for now off of first impressions. Like I said, I will do a full day wear test on the foundation, because I do think the foundation could be promising, but everything else unfortunately just wasn't impressive to me. And like I said, if you have a preferred taste in makeup, I don't know if these products will work for you. And I hope you guys understand what I'm saying, because I'm not just saying that like, oh, if you only like luxury, then you're not gonna like these products, because it's not even just restricted to like luxury makeup lovers. It's just a preferred taste in makeup. Like for me, I don't like the combination of this particular foundation with its corresponding concealer. To me, it's a bit much. And so I'm more so like talking about that, or even, you know, with a primer. I have primers that I really love and enjoy, and for me, I want a primer to do a little bit more than a moisturizer. So I'm kind of going along those lines. Like if you have, you know, specific preferences for your makeup and what you're looking for it to do and how you're looking for it to perform, then I don't know if this line of makeup is going to fit that and accommodate your preferences. I mean, today, I was outside, I was sweating, I walked to the park, came back home, and I think, like, the foundation, I will say, really didn't settle in my fine lines here, and that's why I feel like the foundation could be promising, so I'm not going to totally write it off. The concealer, I still don't like the concealer, not even just the shade. I know I had mentioned I didn't like the shade of the concealer, but just the way that my under eyes look, I feel like they look so dry. And I'll come in a little closer so you all can see. I just feel like my under eye looks so dry and almost a little crusty. I don't like it. And you guys tell me if you see what I'm trying to explain. Tell me in the comment section, because I can't find the words as to what I'm trying to say, but I know what I know what it is. I know what I see when I look in the mirror, and I'm not totally pleased with it. And I know that my face can look better with, you know, the products that I do love. So those are my final thoughts. I hope that you all understand what I'm talking about. I always recommend that if you're interested in a product, try it for yourself, because I am just one person, and you know, my response to the products could be totally different from how you interpret them. But I definitely wanted to just provide, you know, my feedback. So yeah. That's it, guys. Leave your comments down below. Leave me your feedback. Let me know if you are interested in these products. And of course, if there are any questions that I did not answer for you in this video, I'd love for you to leave them down below in the comment section so I can answer them for you. And guys, that is it. Thank you so much for watching, and I really hope to see you in my very next video. Bye, guys.